There's heightened conflict in cyberspace between Israel and Iran, with allegations the two sides are attacking more civilian targets like petrol stations and a dating website. The COVID pandemic and residents working from home has led to more incidents.
In a nondescript office park in the desert town of Beersheba, a 24/7 war room monitors the constant attempts to hack Israel's critical civilian infrastructure. Though they sit in a bomb-proof room, these maps aren't showing missiles. Instead, they're tracking real-time cyber attacks.
It's not just a day-to-day, it's on an hourly or minute basis.
Yigal Una leads the Israeli National Cyber Directorate, working hand-in-hand with Israel's security services to fend off cyber attacks from state-sponsored and criminal entities.
We witness attacks everywhere. The last year and a half, and even before that, it's like the world went crazy.
Some attacks, though, more consequential than others. In 2020, the team spotted an attack on Israel's water system, which a senior Israeli security official says was the work of Iran. Iranian-linked criminal hacking group Black Shadow also reportedly behind recent attacks on an Israeli hospital and an Israeli LGBTQ dating site. The New York Times reporting Israel has been striking back with a cyber attack that crippled Iranian gas stations for days.
Today's threats are really less important who is the flags or who is behind it. Of course, we are, at the end, we know everyone who's behind it, and we remember and we can get even.
How do you get even with them?
In our special measures and means.
Like attacks on gas stations?
Well, Israel has all the tools and all the advantages in not just in cyber, but in all other aspects that we can use when we want to use it, when it's needed.
Criminal hackers, whether state-backed or not, make up the majority of the cyber attacks on Israeli civilian life, including the one on the hospital, causing them to cancel non-urgent procedures for at least 2 weeks.
Most of it comes from criminal elements and from individuals trying to find if there's a criminal prospect in that. The vast majority of percentages come from there. There's no doubt, because there's good money in that, unfortunately.
Attackers often mask their locations, launching their assaults from around the world.
This case is probably more victims from the same threat actors or the same attack also detected in the US. We translate that to alerts, to info-sharing mails to our colleagues in Japan and the US.
The need for international cooperation, Una says, is necessary for survival. Will there be, at some point, you think, be a cyber NATO?
I think it's inevitable, and it will take much shorter than you would imagine.
Every day, a constant race to stay one step ahead. But for now, a quiet sense of confidence.
The stakes are getting higher and higher. The bets are getting crazy. But we don't feel for 1 second that we don't have the upper hand. We don't have any other choice in Israel.